It's hot takes time. We're going to be taking on your spiciest footballing opinions. It's me and Zach Jalab this week ahead of the Chelsea versus Liverpool game. We're going to be targeting that and some other little nuggets that some of you idiots at home have sent in to us on Twitter over the last few days. This one comes from Geordie Steakas, who says Diego Costa, Hazard and Pedro were a better front three than Firmino, Salah and Mane. They won us the league with the most wins ever in the league. Geordie, where to start with this one? Yes, that Chelsea team were phenomenal, but it was a unit, wasn't it? And N'Golo Kante in particular was a phenomenon in central midfield. The front three didn't exactly set the world alight. They were good, yes, but a combined 66 goals and assists in a league campaign is nothing compared to Liverpool's 79 this season. And let's face it, Liverpool have also crushed it, and that front three have crushed it in the Champions League. I believe that Liverpool have now scored the third most goals as a club in a single Champions League campaign of all time with 40. That is insane. And the front three alone have contributed to 29 of those. Another record for a trio. Yes, they have contributed to more goals than Messi, Suarez and Neymar did as a trio in a single Champions League campaign. That is mind-blowing. Absolutely ridiculous stats for Liverpool. Chelsea might have been a better team, but you can't compare the two front lines because Liverpool's blows you away.
This one has come from Mikey Boy on Twitter, and he said, Joe, John Terry is the best centre-back in football history. Keep in mind, Maldini's played, Cannavaro's played, PK I think is probably better than him.
He's not even the Premier League's greatest ever central defender. Yes, he might be up there, but Rio Ferdinand was much better on the ball than him, much better defensively, positioning-wise than him, much more athletic than John Terry. What did John Terry really bring to that Chelsea team, other than leadership and the ability to chuck his face in front of a ball when he was already prone on the ground? Great defender, but come on. Nowhere near the level of some of the Italians. I'd take Bonucci over him, I'd take Chiellini over him of the modern era of Juventus. Probably not even as good as Sergio Ramos. Yes, I said it. It's hot takes. It's meant to be spicy. Get the f*** over it.
This one has come from Matthew Pritchard. And to be honest, Matthew, you've been a idiot. You said Kane isn't even in the top three strikers in England. Aguero, Firmino and Lukaku all offer more than him. Come on, mate. Let me give you a rundown on the stats here. Harry Kane, 150 appearances, 105 goals. Sergio Aguero, 206 appearances, 143 goals. Blimmin' Roberto Firmino, 101 appearances, 36 goals. And Lukaku, 220 games, 101 goals. None of them even compare to Harry Kane's goals per match, which is 0.7. Currently, Kane is on course to break so many scoring records. Alan Shearer is quaking in his boots. Yes, Sergio Aguero is brilliant, and he has been ever since he joined Man City. However, he is very injury prone and can barely complete 25 games a season. And as for Lukaku, he struggles in the big games and is not consistent, whereas Harry Kane has the best record in London derbies. Harry Kane is arguably one of the best strikers in the world and is still so young and can improve. He might even take England to win the World Cup. I've said it. He's going to do it. Mitch Tidball has our next one, and it's not great, Joe, I'll be honest. He said, Marko Arnautovic is the best player outside the top six. Keep in mind, he's forgetting Riyad Mahrez, he's forgetting Zaha, he's even forgetting Stoke City's Shaqiri, where he came from. He got sent off in one of his first games this season.
Yeah, I completely disagree with this point. I mean, I'd have Jamie Vardy over him as well, probably have Idrissa Gueye over him outside the top six. There are loads and loads of good players outside the top six. I think it's really obvious, and says a lot about the bloke, when Stoke supporters actively celebrated Marko Arnautovic leaving the club. He is effectively a Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and a very Zlatan Ibrahimovic, should I say, because what does he really offer? He's not a striker, he's not a winger. Yes, he's had a good 6 months at West Ham at the latter end of the season, but a terrible first 6 months, a terrible couple of seasons at Stoke. Let's have it right. He's hardly lighting up the season and on the verge of £60 million moves like Riyad Mahrez is. So how can you say he's the best player outside the top six? What is going on with some of our fans? Do you not watch our content?
Idiots! You're better than this.
If Pato was seeing this, he would literally have shot you. Next one comes from Martin GV10. He says, Salah won't do anything next season because he's a one-season wonder. Changed my mind. I'm not going to change your mind, you're just an idiot, Martin, quite frankly. How can you say a man's a one-season wonder when he crushed it last season at Roma as well? That's the reason he got such a big move. I think he contributed to 28 in 31 games, up top for not exactly the best side Serie A I've ever seen, alongside Edin Dzeko. Brilliant double figures in assists, brilliant double figures in goals. He's moved this season to the Premier League and he's crushed it there as well. I think he's been involved in 56 goals in under 4,000 minutes. That is absolutely obscene. So he's not a one-season wonder if he's done it across 2 seasons, Martin. You thick.
This one is potentially the worst of the lot, and it comes from that boy Ronaldo, and they've said Nani was better than Martial will ever be. Firstly, Martial is only 22 and has already scored 24 Premier League goals. Nani, in his entire career at United, scored 26. The Portuguese man was at United for 8 seasons and his goal scoring record was patchy at best, whereas Martial has been there for 3 and has contributed to vital points, vital goals, and even got United into an FA Cup final. Yes, he's not playing at the moment, but a move could be on the cards. And keep in mind, he's only 22. He's got so long left. He couldn't even be a Ballon d'Or winner one day. So that's it. We've answered all your spicy takes. If you want to be involved next week, make sure you follow us on Twitter. The handles are on screen right now, and tweet us when the tweet comes out. Joe, what should they do now?
Go and watch Stat Wars the Champions. It's Pat versus Statman Dave. Pat the Stat versus Statman Dave this weekend. A clash of the titans. So epic it makes Avengers Infinity War look like toy soldiers. God. Should we say goodbye now?
Bye!
That was a long outro.
Christ the Lord.
Let's get it on.
That was the most cringy thing.
That was so cringy.
We're so sorry. That was so bad.